The great hall of the Galactic Council shone with blue light. 12 tall chairs stood in a circle. In these chairs sat the leaders of the most powerful alien groups in the galaxy. They met once every 100 years to make big choices. Today, they would talk about Earth. Grand Counselor Zalthep stood up. His skin was gray and his 4 eyes blinked slowly. He was from a planet that was 5 times older than Earth. Members of the Council, Zalthep said in a deep voice, we are here to vote on Earth's place in our galaxy. For 300 years we have watched these humans. They are young, they are wild. They fight wars over small things. They feel too much and think too little. The other council members nodded. Most had never been to Earth. They only saw reports and videos of humans fighting, crying, or doing what the aliens saw as strange things. Our studies show that humans will take too long to become peaceful enough to join us, Zalthep continued. They use up their planet's gifts too fast. Their minds are too simple. I say we mark them as a Class 3 developmental failure and take their planet's goods. The humans can work for us. Maybe in a few thousand years, they will learn better ways. The smallest chair sat Doyen Kim. He was from a planet that joined the council only 50 years ago. His people looked almost like humans except for their golden eyes and the small ridges on their foreheads. I disagree, Doyen said, standing up. He was not as tall as the others, but his voice was firm. I have spent time on Earth. I have lived among humans. They are not what you think. The council members turned to look at him. Some made sounds that were like laughs. You are young and do not know better, said Counselor Vrita. Her body was like a big spider with a face that looked almost kind. Humans are too ruled by feelings. Fear, love, hope. These things make them weak. They cannot plan for the long future as we do. Doyen shook his head. Their feelings are not weakness. They are strength. Have you seen how fast they learn? How they keep trying after they fail? How they help each other even when it does not help themselves? That is nice, said another counselor named Zoth. His body was like a tall tree with eyes. But it does not matter. They will use up their planet in a few 100 years at the rate they go. Better we step in now and save what we can. Doyen walked to the middle of the room. He touched a button and a picture of Earth appeared, floating in the air. Humans have been on their planet for a very short time compared to us, Doyen said. But look at what they have done. They went from riding horses to going to space in less than 100 years. They were dying from simple sickness a short time ago. Now they can change the very building blocks of life. That is why they are dangerous, said Zalthep. They move too fast. They do not think about what could go wrong. Or maybe, Doyen said quietly, they are just different from us, not worse. Just different. And maybe we could learn from them. Zalthep made a sound like a sigh. You are too close to them, Doyen. You have spent too much time with humans. It has changed how you think. Yes, Doyen said. It has. I have learned that there are many kinds of smart, many kinds of good. The humans have both. A counselor with blue skin and no hair spoke next. Pretty words, Doyen. But we must think of the galaxy. Humans are not ready. They may never be ready. I vote with Zalthep. One by one, the counselors voted. Only Doyen voted to leave Earth alone. The others all voted to take Earth. Zalthep looked pleased. Then it is done. Earth is now marked for Class 3 treatment. We will send ships in one solar cycle. The humans will be put to work in ways that fit their simple skills. Doyen's golden eyes were sad but still bright with fire. You are making a big mistake. You think humans are weak because they feel so much. But that is where their real power is. When they are scared, they fight harder than any being I have seen. When they love, they will die for each other. If you try to take their home, you will see what they can do. Your worry is noted, Zalthep said coldly. But the vote is done. This meeting is over. As the counselors left the Great Hall, they did not know that their talk had not been as private as they thought. Far away, on the blue planet they had just voted to take, a young woman named Ji-Woo Park sat in a dark room filled with screens. She worked at Korea's Space Defense Center. Her job was to listen to the stars, to catch any signs that Earth was not alone. For years, she had heard nothing but space noise. Until today, Ji-woo's hands shook as she played back the message she had caught. The aliens did not know that one of their old satellites had broken and was sending out their words to anyone who could hear. "Sir," Ji-woo called to her boss, "I need to talk to you right now. It's about an alien message I just caught." Her boss, an older man named Han, looked at her with doubt in his eyes. "Aliens? Are you sure?" Ji-woo played the message again. This time they both watched as the image of the Galactic Council appeared on the screen. They heard the vote. They heard the plan to come to Earth in one solar cycle, 3 Earth years. Han's face went white. "I need to call the president right now." As Han rushed out, Ji-woo kept listening. She heard Do-yoon's warning to the council. She heard how he stood up for humans, and for the first time, she felt a strange mix of fear and hope. 3 years, she whispered to herself. We have 3 years to get ready. She did not know if it would be enough time, but as she listened to the cold words of beings who thought humans were simple and weak, a fire lit inside her. "They think we're just feelings and no smarts," she said to the empty room. "They'll find out what humans can do when we have to." Outside her window, the city of Seoul went about its day. People laughed, worked, loved, and lived. None of them knew that far away 12 beings had just decided their fate. None of them knew. Yet but soon the whole world would know. And then, the real test of humanity would begin. 3 days after Ji-woo Park caught the alien message, she sat in a big room with leaders from all over the world. The room was deep under a mountain. No signals could get in or out. The world's most powerful people were all there, and they all looked scared. General Tae-hyun Song stood at the front of the room. He was a tall man with a calm face. He had fought in wars and led armies, but he had never faced anything like this. "We have heard the message that Ms. Park found," General Tae-hyun said. "We know that aliens plan to come to Earth in 3 years. They want to take our planet and make us work for them." The room was quiet. Then everyone started talking at once. Some wanted to tell the public. Some wanted to keep it secret. Some thought they should try to talk to the aliens. Others wanted to build big weapons. General Tae-hyun raised his hand. The room got quiet again. "We cannot fight the way we always have," he said. "These beings have ships that can cross the stars. Their weapons must be very strong. But they have a weakness." He pointed to Ji-woo. "Ms. Park, please tell them what you told me." Ji-woo stood up. Her hands were shaking, but her voice was clear. "I have been studying the alien language from their message," she said. "I found something important. They think humans are too emotional. They think we are simple and weak because we feel things like love, fear, and hope. They do not understand these feelings." A man in a suit spoke up. "How does that help us? It just means they look down on us. It means they do not understand how we think," Ji-woo said. "And if you don't understand how someone thinks, you cannot guess what they will do." General Tae-hyun nodded. "I have made a plan. I call it the Silent Response Protocol. We will not try to talk to the aliens. We will not tell the public everything yet. We will quietly get ready, but in ways the aliens will not expect." A woman with gray hair stood up. She was the leader of a big country. "What do you mean, General?" "The aliens are watching us," General Tae-hyun said. "They have been watching for hundreds of years. They think they know us, but we can surprise them." He showed pictures on a big screen. "We will build defenses, but we will hide them. We will study the alien message and learn all we can about them. We will get ready, but we will make it look like we are going on with life as normal." "Who will lead this work?" asked another leader. "I have picked a team," General Tae-hyun said. "Ms. Park will work with Dr. Minji Kang, our top scientist. They will study the alien technology from what we can learn in their messages." Minji stood up. She was a small woman with short hair and bright eyes. "We can learn a lot from how they talk and what they say. Their words give us clues about how they think and what tools they use." "And for our defense plan," General Tae-hyun continued, "I have chosen Hyunwoo Choi. Hyunwoo was not what people expected. He was young and dressed very simply. He did not look like a military man. Mr. Choi is not a normal soldier, General Taehyun explained. He has studied how minds work. He knows how to make plans that no one expects. That is what we need now. Hyunwoo spoke quietly. The aliens think we are simple. They think they know what we will do. They are wrong. We will use their pride against them. For the next 3 years, Earth got ready, but in a new way. Jiwoo and Minji worked day and night to learn from the alien message. They found out that the 12 alien groups had used machines for so long that they had lost some basic skills. They could not adapt quickly to new things. They always followed the same patterns. They have not had to fight for survival in thousands of years, Minji told General Taehyun 6 months later. They have forgotten how. Hyunwoo made a defense plan that no one had thought of before. He did not try to build bigger guns or stronger walls. Instead, he found ways to use human emotions as a weapon. The aliens think our feelings make us weak, Hyunwoo explained to a room of military leaders. But our feelings give us power they don't have. We can be brave when scared. We can keep hoping when things look bad. We can love our home enough to die for it. His plan was to train special teams. These teams would not fight in normal ways. They would use what the aliens thought were human weaknesses as their greatest strengths. All over the world, factories began to make new kinds of tools and weapons, but from space it looked like business as usual. The alien watchers saw nothing to worry them. Jiwoo made a big breakthrough in the second year. She found a way to listen to more alien messages. She learned that the aliens used special waves to talk across space. She built a tool to hear them. They think we are too simple to catch their messages, she told Minji with a smile. Now we can hear their plans. Minji also made important discoveries. She found ways to mix Earth technology with ideas from the alien messages. The new tools were not as good as alien ones, but they were better than anything Earth had before. We cannot match their technology, Minji said, but we can surprise them. Hyunwoo's teams trained in secret places. They learned to fight in ways that would confuse the aliens. They did not use normal battle lines or usual tactics. They practiced being unpredictable. The aliens expect us to either run away in fear or fight in straight lines, Hyunwoo told his teams. We will do neither. As the 3 years passed, Earth looked the same from space. People went to work. Children went to school. Life seemed normal, but under the surface, everything was changing. 2 months before the aliens were due to arrive, General Taehyun called a meeting with Jiwoo, Minji, and Hyunwoo. Are we ready? He asked. Jiwoo showed him the latest alien message she had caught. They are coming with 100 ships. They think they will win easily. They have no idea what is waiting for them. Minji pointed to a map. We have new tools in place around the world. They are hidden but ready. Hyunwoo nodded. My teams are ready too. The aliens expect us to be simple and emotional. They will find out that being emotional does not mean being weak. General Taehyun looked at each of them. You have all done amazing work. Now we need to tell the world. It's time for everyone to know what's coming. That night, leaders around the world spoke to their people. They told them about the aliens. They told them about the plan. And they asked everyone to be ready. The people of Earth did not panic as the aliens thought they would. Instead, they came together. They got ready. They were scared, yes, but they were also determined. As the day of the invasion got closer, Earth waited quietly. The aliens were coming to enslave a planet they thought was weak. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The day the aliens came, the sky turned strange colors. 100 large ships moved into place around Earth. They were smooth and silver, and they made no sound. They just appeared, like they had stepped through a door in space. Commander Yunha, Lee stood in the control room of Earth's main defense center. She was young to be a commander, only 32 years old. But she was the best person to lead this fight. She had worked with Hyunwoo Choi for 3 years to plan Earth's defense. They're here, Yuna said, looking at the big screens that showed the alien ships. Right on time. Around her, men and women worked at computers. They looked calm, Everyone was scared inside. How could they not be? Aliens had come to take over their world. Are the teams ready? Yuna asked. Her second-in-command, a man named Junho, nodded. All teams are in place. They're waiting for your order. On the biggest alien ship, War Director Zilvox looked at Earth with his 6 eyes. He was tall and thin, with skin that looked like metal. He had led 37 takeovers of other worlds. He expected this one to be easy. Begin the standard approach, Zilvox told his crew. Send the first wave of ships to their biggest cities. Show them our power. They will give up quickly. The alien ships broke into smaller groups. They moved toward major cities around Earth: New York, Beijing, London, Moscow, and many others. In the defense center, Yuna watched them come. They're following the pattern Hyunwoo said they would. They always do the same thing when they take over a planet. She pressed a button. All teams, this is Commander Lee. The aliens are moving as we expected. Begin Operation Surprise. On her screen, she could see Hyunwoo Choi. He was in a bunker under Seoul, South Korea. He smiled at her. Good luck, Commander. Remember, not do what they expect, ever. Yuna nodded. Let's show them what humans can do. The first alien ships reached New York. They expected to see people running in fear. They expected the military to line up and fight in a normal way. They were ready for these things. What they were not ready for was nothing. New York looked empty. There were no people on the streets, no cars moved. It was like everyone had just disappeared. Scan for life forms, Zilvox ordered. The scan showed thousands of people, but they were all hiding in strange places. They were not where people should be. Before the aliens could figure out what was happening, the first part of Earth's defense plan began. From under the streets, from inside buildings, from places the aliens never thought to look, humans attacked. But they did not attack the way the aliens expected. They did not use just guns or bombs. They used sound, light, and movement in ways the aliens had never seen. Hyunwoo had learned that the 12 alien groups all shared certain traits. Their eyes could not handle rapid changes in light. Their hearing was very sensitive to certain sounds, and they expected enemies to act in logical ways. The human teams did not act logically. They moved in patterns that made no sense. They used lights that flashed in ways that confused alien eyes. They played sounds that hurt alien ears. In the alien command ship, Zilvox could not believe the reports he was getting. What do you mean our ships are confused? He asked his second-in-command. They are the most advanced war machines in the galaxy. The humans are not fighting normally, the second-in-command said. They are doing things that do not make sense, Zilvox growled. Send in the ground troops. Take their leaders. This always works. The aliens sent soldiers to find Earth's leaders, but Earth's leaders were not where they should be. They were not in government buildings or military bases. They were mixed in with regular people, moving from place to place, never staying still. In the defense center, Yunha watched the alien ships try to adjust. They're sending in troops now, just like Hyunwoo said they would. Phase 2, begin. Phase 2 of Earth's defense was even stranger than Phase 1. Now humans began to use the emotions that the aliens thought made them weak. Parents protecting their children fought with a strength that shocked the aliens. People defending their homes showed courage that made no sense to beings who had forgotten what it meant to love a place. Humans who were afraid did not run or give up. They fought, even harder, and they were creative in ways the aliens could not understand. They did not stick to plans when plans did not work. They made new plans on the spot. They used whatever they had around them. On his ship, Zilvox was getting angry. Why can't we find their command center? Why can't we predict what they'll do? Next, this is not possible. His crew did not know what to say. They had never seen an invasion go like this. Then things got even worse for the aliens. The new tools that Minji Kang had helped build started to work. These tools used ideas from the alien technology, but in ways the aliens never thought of. The tools could disrupt the aliens' ships, confuse their computers, and block their weapons. Jiwoo Park had also done her part. Because she could hear the aliens' messages, Earth always knew what they would do next. The aliens had no secrets. After one Earth day, the aliens had taken no territory. After 3 days, they had lost 20 ships. After a week, Zilvox was desperate. "We must call for more ships," he told his crew. "These humans are not what we were told. They are not simple. They are not weak." But more ships would take time to come, and every day the aliens lost more ground. In the third week, Yuna Lee led a bold attack on one of the main alien ships. Her team got inside using tactics no alien could have predicted. They did not try to take over the ship or steal its technology. They just left behind a simple message written in the aliens' own language. "We feel, we adapt, we survive, we are human. Go home." Zilvox was the first to read the message. He felt something he had not felt in a very long time: fear. "Prepare to retreat," he told his crew. "We have made a serious mistake." His second-in-command was shocked. "Retreat? We have never retreated." Zilvox looked at the screens showing Earth. "And we have never faced anything like these humans. The Council was wrong about them. Send the message to all ships, we are leaving." As the alien ships pulled away from Earth, Yunha, Hyunwoo, Minji, and Jiwoo met in the defense center. They were tired, but happy. "We did it," Jiwoo said. "We actually did it." Hyunwoo nodded. "Because they didn't understand us. They thought emotions made us weak. They never realized that emotions give us strength they can't imagine." Minji looked at the screens showing the alien ships leaving. "Do you think they'll come back with more ships?" Yuna shook her head. "I don't think so. I think they've learned that humans are not what they thought we were." She was right. But none of them knew that this was just the beginning of Earth's story with the Galactic Council, and that soon, the aliens who had tried to enslave them would come back, not to fight, but to beg for help. 6 months passed after the aliens left Earth. The people of Earth started to rebuild the damage from the short war. Cities that had been hit by alien weapons were getting fixed. Life was slowly going back to normal, but not really. Nothing could ever be the same now that everyone knew they were not alone in space. In the halls of the Galactic Council, things were not normal either. The 12 members sat in their big chairs, but the feeling in the room was very different from before. No one was calm. No one was sure. Grand Counselor Zaltep looked tired. His gray skin was more pale than before. "War Director Zilvox has given his report on the failed taking of Earth," he said. "It is not what we expected." Doyun Kim, the counselor who had warned them about humans, did not smile. He did not say, "I told you so." He just listened. "The humans defeated our forces using methods we have never seen before," Zaltep continued. "They did not fight in ways that make sense to us. They did not use the weapons we thought they would. They were unpredictable." "Just as I warned," Doyen said quietly. Counselor Vrita, the one who looked like a spider, moved nervously. "It is worse than just losing the battle for Earth," she said. "Word has spread to other worlds we control. The slave species are talking about the humans. They are saying if humans can stand up to us, maybe they can too." The room got very quiet. This was the counselor's biggest fear. For thousands of years, they had ruled over many other species. If those species started to fight back, the council's power would end. "We must show our strength," said Zoth, the tree-like counselor. "We should go back to Earth with more ships. We should—" Doyen cut him off. "No, that would be another mistake. If we lost with 100 ships, we would lose with 1,000. The humans now know we exist. They will be even more ready next time." Before anyone could argue, the door to the council room opened. A small alien rushed in. She was a messenger, and she looked scared. "Counselors," she said, bowing low. "I bring urgent news. The scourge has broken through our defenses on 3 worlds." The counselors all stood up at once. The scourge was the name for a terrible sickness that could kill whole planets. It had first appeared 1,000 years ago. The council had made special technology to keep it away from their worlds. That technology had never failed before. "How is this possible?" Zaltep asked. "The scourge has changed," the messenger said. "Our old defenses do not work anymore. It is spreading faster than ever before. For the next month, things got worse and worse for the council species. The scourge spread to more of their worlds. Their people began to die. Their best scientists could not find a cure or a new defense. The council species had a big problem. Over thousands of years, they had come to depend too much on their technology. Their bodies had become weaker. Their natural ways to fight sickness were not strong anymore. The scourge was killing them and they could not stop it. "We have lost 5 colony worlds," Zalthep told the council after another month. "At this rate, our homeworlds will be hit within 6 months. His voice broke. "We could face the end of our civilizations." The council room was silent. These beings had ruled the galaxy for so long that they could not imagine a world without them in charge. But now they faced something they could not control. It was Doyun who spoke next. "There may be one hope," he said. Everyone turned to look at him. "The humans," Doyun said simply. Zoth made a sound like angry leaves in the wind. "The humans? The ones who just defeated us? Why would they help us?" "Because of what makes them different from us," Doyun said. "Humans still have strong natural bodies. They get sick often, and they have to fight off many kinds of illness. Their bodies know how to adapt to new threats. And more than that, they have something we have lost." "What is that?" asked Vrida. "Compassion," Doyun said. "The ability to care about others, even those who are not like them, even those who have hurt them." Zalthep stood up. "You want us to go to Earth and ask the humans for help after we tried to enslave them?" Doyun nodded. "Yes. It is our only hope." For 3 days the council argued. Some could not bear the thought of asking humans for help. Others saw no other choice. In the end, fear won. They agreed to send a small group to Earth to ask for help. Doyun would lead this group. Zalthep, who was now humble after their defeat, would go too. Their ship was small and carried no weapons. As they came close to Earth, they sent a message ahead. "We come in peace. We need to talk." On Earth, the message caused a lot of worry. General Taehyun called Yunha, Hyunwoo, Minji, and Jiwoo to a meeting. "The aliens are coming back," he said. "But this time they say they come in peace. Do we believe them?" Yuna asked. Jiwoo looked at the message. "I think they're telling the truth. Their ship is small. It has no weapons. And look who is coming. That counselor who stood up for humans, and the head of their council." "Why would they come back?" Minji asked. "What do they want?" "Only one way to find out," General Taehyun said. "We'll meet them. But we'll be very careful." The alien ship landed in a field outside Seoul. Soldiers surrounded the area, but they stayed back. Taehyun, Unha, Hyunwoo, Minji, and Jiwoo went to meet the aliens. Doyun and Zalthep walked out of their ship slowly, with empty hands raised to show they had no weapons. "Thank you for meeting with us," Doyun said. His voice was tired, but kind. Zalthep looked different from the proud leader who had voted to enslave Earth. He looked beaten and sad. "We have come to apologize," Zalthep said, which surprised the humans, "and to ask for your help." "Help with what?" General Taehyun asked. "We are dying," Doyun said simply. "A sickness called the Scourge is killing our people. We cannot stop. Our technology has failed, but humans," he looked at each of them, "humans have what we have lost over the long years. You have strong bodies that can fight new sickness. You have minds that can think in new ways when old ways fail. You have the drive that comes from your emotions." Zalthep stepped forward. "You were right about humans," he said to Doyun. Then he turned to the humans. "And I was wrong. I thought your emotions made you weak. I thought your short lives made you less. I was wrong." He took a deep breath. "The same council that voted to enslave, you now asks for your help. Without it, our people will die." General Taehyun's face showed no emotion. "You voted to enslave us," he said, his voice hard. "And now you expect us to save you?" Doyun nodded. "Yes, Because that is what makes humans special. You can hate us for what we tried to do. That would be fair. But you can also choose to help, even though we don't deserve it. That choice is why we need you. The humans looked at each other. They had fought hard to save their world from these very aliens. Now, those aliens were asking them for help. What would they do? The Earth Defense Council met in a large room under Seoul. 25 leaders from around the world sat at a round table. They had to make a big choice. Should humans help the aliens who had tried to take over their world? General Taehyun stood at the front of the room. You have all heard what the aliens told us, he said. The Galactic Council is facing a deadly sickness called the Scourge. They cannot stop it. They have come to ask for our help. The room was quiet. Then a man from Brazil stood up. Why should we help them? They would have made us slaves if they could. A woman from Kenya nodded. They only come to us now because they are desperate, not because they think we are equals. Hyunwoo Choi stood up next. I understand why you feel this way, he said. I feel it too. But there is something else to think about. Jiwoo, please tell them what you found. Jiwoo Park walked to the front of the room. I have been studying the data from the alien ship, she said. The Scourge is real. It is very deadly. And it will not stop with the Council species. In time, it will reach Earth too. This news made the room buzz with worried talk. Minji Kang stood up. I have looked at the science of this Scourge, she said. It is like no sickness we have seen before, but I think humans might be able to fight it better than the aliens can. Why is that? Asked the leader from India. The Council species have used technology to stay healthy for thousands of years, Minji explained. Their bodies have forgotten how to fight new sickness, but humans get sick all the time. Our bodies know how to adapt. Our immune systems are strong. Commander Yoon-ha Lee, who had led the fight against the aliens, stood up last. I have thought about this hard, she said. At first, I was angry. Why should we help those who tried to hurt us? But then I thought about what makes us human. The room got quiet again. Everyone wanted to hear what Yuna would say. The aliens thought our emotions made us weak, Yuna said. But our emotions give us strength they don't have. We can feel angry about what they tried to do, but we can also feel something they have forgotten. Compassion. The ability to help others even when they don't deserve it. She looked around the room. I think we should help them. Not because they deserve it, but because that's what makes us human. We can be both fierce and kind, that's our true strength. For 3 days, the Earth Defense Council talked and argued. In the end, they voted to help the aliens, but with clear rules. Earth would help make a cure for the Scourge, but the Galactic Council had to agree to 3 things. First, Earth would be free forever, with no one trying to control it. Second, humans would get seats on the Galactic Council as equals. Third, all species that the Council had made slaves must be set free. When Zalthep heard these terms, he was shocked. You want seats on the Council? You want us to free all servant species? That would change everything about how the galaxy works. Doyen smiled for the first time in a long while. Yes, he said. That is the point. Zalthep thought for a long time. Then he nodded slowly. We have no choice. We agree to your terms. Over the next few months, human and alien scientists worked together. Minji led a team that studied the Scourge. They found that it was a tiny life form that changed very fast. The aliens' technology could not keep up with these changes, but human immune systems might be able to. Our bodies are used to fighting. Things that change, Minji explained to a room of alien scientists. We have been doing it for our whole history. The human scientists found that certain cells in human blood could recognize and fight the Scourge. They used these cells to make a treatment. It was not a perfect cure, but it could help the sick aliens get better and protect the healthy ones. As the human scientists worked, something unexpected happened. The alien scientists began to learn from them. They saw how humans used both logical thinking and creative jumps to solve problems. They saw how human emotions like hope and care drove them to work harder. I begin to understand what Doyen meant, Zalthep told General Taehyun one day as they watched the scientists work. Your emotions do not make you weak. They give you a kind of strength we have forgotten. Within 6 months, the treatment was ready. Ships took it to all the worlds where the council species lived. It began to work right away. The dying slowed. The sick began to get better. True to their word, the Galactic Council gave humans 5 seats. General Taehyun, Yuna, Hyunwoo, Minji, and Jiwoo became the first human counselors. And the council began the long process of freeing all the species they had controlled. It was not easy. Some of the old council members still thought they should be in charge. Some of the freed species were angry and wanted to fight, but step by step the galaxy began to change. 1 year after the treatment saved the council species, Doyen and Taehyun stood together on the observation deck of Earth's first official galactic embassy ship. They were traveling to a planet where humans would help another species learn to be free. "Did you know this would happen?" Taehyun asked. "When you stood up for humans at that first council meeting?" Doyen smiled. "No. I knew humans were special. I knew the council was wrong about you. But I never imagined that humans would end up changing the whole galaxy." Taehyun looked out at the stars passing by. "The aliens thought our emotions made us weak," he said. "They never understood that feeling deeply is what drives us to do impossible things. Like helping those who tried to hurt you," Doyen said. "That was truly remarkable." "It's what makes us human," Taehyun said. "We can choose to be better than our pain or anger. We can choose to help even when it's hard." As their ship moved through space, Earth continued to change too. Humans were learning new things from alien science. They were meeting new species. They were growing in ways no one could have predicted. The galaxy would never be the same. And neither would humanity. The species that the Galactic Council had once voted to enslave had not just survived, they had changed the course of galactic history. Not through greater technology or stronger weapons, but through the very things the aliens had mocked. Their emotions, their adaptability, and their deep capacity to both fight fiercely and forgive completely. That was the true power of humanity, and now the whole galaxy knew it.